guys, it's Jill here from Lavender and Friends, your source of essential oil education and inspiration. Today I'm going to be doing a live webinar on essential oils for sleep. We'll be chatting about what oils and what products we can be using to help us get a good night's sleep and develop healthy sleep habits. And I'll also take you through how we can then get access to these products at the best possible price. So thank you all for joining me. As we get ready to kick off, I'd love it if you could type in the comments where you're watching from and if you're watching this live or watching it as a replay. Hi Sally. Hi Michelle. Thanks for joining. All right, now heads up. You guys know I'm kind of okay with technology, but we are trying to do a PowerPoint again. Last time we tried this, it did kind of cut out in the middle. So if everything falls to pieces and it cuts out, stay with me and we'll get back as soon as we can. All right, so here we go. PowerPoint, yay! If you guys can see the PowerPoint, can you give me like a thumbs up or a little heart so I know that this is working? Thanks so much. All right, now essential oils and sleep. So using essential oils to promote a good night's sleep. Oils have been used for thousands of years because of their really calming and soothing properties. Now, they still maintain popularity because they're a natural and safe alternative to resting and relaxing our mind and our body. Now, because they're so potent and powerful, they can have really quick results, which makes them really useful for promoting a good night's sleep. Not only can the oils with a calming nature help relaxing your body and mind, but the comforting aroma can also create such a beautiful environment for sleep time. All right, so I'm getting some thumbs up. So the PowerPoint's working, which is good. Awesome. Thanks, Sally. Good. It's working. Yay! Okay, so sleep deprivation. Now, the average a person needs to get for adults is around 8 or so hours of sleep, and children need even more. Now, that's just a general rule. And when we are looking at a healthy lifestyle, we need to look at both our daytime and nighttime behaviors. So while it's important to be doing things like eating healthy, exercising, managing our emotions, at the same time, it's really important for us to be getting enough sleep. So for those of you watching, pop in the comments, how much sleep on average would you say you guys get? How many hours a night? Just pop it in there, no judgment. Now, as I said, the exact amount required depends per person, but on average, adults are 7 to 8 hours and children are more. However, despite our best efforts, we don't often get that. And this can actually lead to us being cranky the next day, feeling restless, feeling tired, and that can actually impact on our mental and physical health. Now, sleep deprivation can influence quite a number of health things, and over a long time it can quite have some serious consequences. So first of all, it can impact upon our ability to lose weight or maintain a healthy weight. For starters, you're awake more, so there's more hours for you to be consuming calories and eating in. Also, when you're really tired, you're more likely to give in and have something really sugary to give you that energy hit that you need. So I know when I'm tired, I'm way more likely to reach for the chocolate than I am for a carrot stick. Another thing as well, it can really influence our emotions and our behaviors. So I know that for me, I can't emotionally regulate myself when I'm feeling tired. I'm cranky, I'm irritable. I go from 0 to 100 in 3 seconds flat. And it's something that makes me, just feel kind of out of control. Little things make me crying. Funny things make me laughing so hard I start crying. Like, it's just craziness. Now, another thing as well is it can actually really influence our learning and motivation levels. I know that when you're feeling really tired and your eyes feel like sandpaper, it's really hard to concentrate and pay attention. And look, I'm the first one to admit I did sleep through a few of my uni lectures because I just couldn't stay awake. And obviously that's then going to impact on my learning abilities and retention. It can also have a negative impact on your body's organ systems, which is then going to also influence your overall health. And it can also influence our reaction time and our ability to drive safely. So there's actually thousands of accidents caused every year simply because the drivers are too tired. Now, this is a really serious issue. So when you are feeling really tired, don't get behind the wheel of a car. I remember when my daughter was young and people used to say, oh, why don't you just take her for a drive and she'll fall asleep? And I was like, because I'll fall asleep driving. It's not good. All right, so looking at how much sleep people are having. So Sally has around 6 to 7 hours, but getting better. Tanya has around 8. Michelle has 7 to 9. We're not dealing with a baby. Yes, if you have a newborn baby, it does definitely throw things out. Hi, Amy. Hi, Joanne. and Chrissy gets a broken 6.5 hours. Now, for those of you, how do you feel when you have a bad night's sleep? Like what do you feel sleep deprivation really does to you? Pop in the comments, and I'll sort of share a bit about my personal story. Now, the reason I want to do this webinar is sleep is actually a topic that's really, really close to my heart. So when my baby was born, I know that you think that babies are meant to be sleeping and gorgeous, like that cute little photo on the right-hand side. But unfortunately, the reality was actually a lot closer to what's on the left-hand side. So Lizzie, my daughter, was very, very challenging at the start. She didn't sleep for more than 40 minutes during the day, and in the evening, she wouldn't do more than 1 to 2 hours. So I actually ended up with postnatal depression, and to be honest, I still don't necessarily know if it was postnatal depression or just such bad sleep deprivation. It basically got to the point where I would close my eyes and the whole room would start to spin, and I'd actually feel very nauseous. So I can definitely say sleeping is something I will never take for granted, because it was just such a challenging, awful experience. Now, as a bit of a side note on this, if you are really struggling with sleep, especially with children or a young infant, I really recommend you get professional help. So there are some amazing organizations. There's often midwives, care cottages, there is Tresillian, there's Karatani, there's private sleep consultants. If you are getting to the point where you really feel like you're out of control, you're feeling really sick, you're feeling really stressed, please do get professional help, because there can be some amazing techniques that they can teach you that can make such a big difference. Now, thankfully for us, with the introduction of routines from a sleep consultant, as well as using the essential oils, my daughter is now a much better sleeper. So for those of you that are in that newborn fog, there is hope. But as I said, don't be afraid to, ask for some professional help. Now, reading your comments, for Michelle, anxiety flares up massively when you're feeling sleep deprived. Belinda says, I have 20-month-old, so sleep with one eye open. Yes, I know that feeling. You're just always listening for them to wake you up. Joanne, increasing fiber pain. And that's what a lot of people do report, is when you're more tired, your body is more stressed and you're under that stressful pressure. So, pain flares up, anxiety flares up, things like that are going to be a lot worse. And feeling irritable, cranky, anxiety, no patience, forgetfulness, sleep deprivation, higher anxiety, and less motivation. So as we can see, it's something that actually really does impact us quite severely, and it's something that we really want to be addressing and working on, because what happens during the night is then going to carry through to the daytime as well. All right, so there are lots of external factors that can actually impact your ability to have a good night's sleep. For example, if you're a shift worker, if you have a new baby, or if you have maybe a really busy schedule that requires early mornings or late nights. So for example, when I used to train elite gymnastics, we had morning training at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I was out of bed at 5:30, and then we would train through till like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So, quite long days. However, so there are things like that that are a bit out of our control and that can be impacting our sleep. But if you're still having, if you're doing your best to get good sleep and you're still having issues, then there are some extra supports you might be looking for. Now, I'm going to say something that I say in a lot of my classes, and this is basically, you need to have realistic expectations of what the essential oils can do, and you also need to look at the whole picture. So if you are going to stay up till midnight, drinking a Red Bull, watching a scary movie, eating a block of chocolate, then you jump into bed, put a little drop of lavender on your pillow, and you wonder why you're having trouble sleeping, and you're saying, oh, these lavender oils don't work, let's take a step back. Pretty sure the V and the chocolate and the scary movie and the late night probably had more of an influence than that poor little bottle of lavender. So we need to be looking at the whole picture and having, doing everything we can to create an environment that's going to help be conducive to sleep and also help us to develop these healthy sleep habits. So there are some suggestions that I would start with in giving people ideas. First of all, maintaining a healthy diet. So if you're eating huge amounts of sugar straight before bedtime, or conversely, if you're absolutely starving and your tummy is rumbling just before bedtime, it's not going to necessarily be conducive to having a good night's sleep. You want to be really having an environment that's good for sleeping, so not too hot or cold, preferably darker, preferably nice and quiet. And you want to be avoiding any sort of stimulants before bedtime, so nicotine, caffeine, alcohol. I know oftentimes when I have a couple of glasses of red wine, I get really sleepy and then I lay down and can't go to sleep. So definitely want to be avoiding things like that. And of course, not smoking at all is generally the best idea. Now, we want to make sure that you have adequate bedding. So this may sound kind of weird, but did you know that you're supposed to get a new mattress every 10 years and your pillows are only meant to last like 2 years and you're meant to get new ones? Out of curiosity, for those of you watching, what type of bedding do you have? Are you a doona and top sheet, or do you just do a doona or just a top sheet, or do you just, you know, have nothing? What kind of bedding do you like? For me, I have a pillow under my shoulder, a pillow between my legs to help keep my hips in alignment, and I have a teddy bear. I still sleep with a teddy bear. So what do you guys sleep with, just out of curiosity? All right. So it's also really beneficial to have exercise regularly, because then your body is physically being tired enough that you can kind of have that physical feeling of, you know, needing some sleep. Now, you don't necessarily want to be exercising right before bedtime because it can actually wake you up a lot more, and that's something I often have to do. Now, I'm pretty guilty of this one. I used to go to Zumba and it would finish at like 9 o'clock and I'd be like totally pumped from dancing to all this cool music, and then I'd come home and be like, I can't sleep. So I had to kind of reassess my class attendance. Another thing as well is you want to be removing distractions from your from your bedroom. So no mobile phones, definitely no television. Trying to avoid any sort of technology for at least an hour before bedtime is really good, because again, it just gives your brain that chance to sort of switch off and relax. And you can also be trying to relax your body as well. So things like maybe a cup of warm tea, a nice warm bath, something like that, nice and relaxing. And also using, resetting your internal clock. So I know for me, if I'm going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time every day, it's much easier to fall asleep than if I'm having really erratic sleep patterns. Now, in addition to all of these, we also have using our beautiful essential oils to help us create a restful environment. All right, so just reading some of your comments now. So Chrissy has a 3-year-old who co-sleeps and likes to kick you. Ouch, that's pretty rough. Sally doesn't like top sheets, they're the devil. Oh, Sally. Change your pillows every second winter, and pillows have an expiry date printed on them now. I know, that's how I learned about the fact that pillows aren't meant to last that long, is we bought a pillow, I'm like, oh, it has an expiry date. Now, Shanna also doesn't, so Shanna, I'm with you, girl. You can't sleep without a top sheet. I like to have 2 pillows and buy new sheets every time. That's a good idea. Pillows all over the bed, and too hot for anything other than a bottom sheet for Chrissy. Chrissy, where are you? That sounds really quite warm. We've had a cold winter, so. Amy likes pillows and doona. Tanya likes sheets, top and bottom, and doona. Joanne likes a doona, plus or minus a blanket or a double doona. I'm just laughing because so you guys will have a giggle. I sleep very cold. I'm always cold at night, so I have like 2 doonas, plus I have been known to sleep in my ski gear, and my husband has like a top sheet. So if you come into our bed, I'm like under this little pile of blankets and my husband's kicked them all off. So there you go. All right, so moving along. Now, this is the bit I love. So the science behind essential oils and sleep. So why do the essential oils actually work, and how do they actually help us with our sleeping? So every essential oil has a different chemical makeup with a unique combination of chemical constituents. Our oils are chemicals, and like all chemicals, they then affect our body. So they give the essential oils certain benefits. So certain chemicals can make an oil useful for cleaning or being soothing or warming, and then other chemicals might make the oil calming or invigorating or have a cooling sensation. So because each oil is taken from a different plant or a different part of a plant, each oil has a completely different chemical profile, and that creates a completely different set of benefits. So for example, our wild orange tree, we get the wild orange is actually from the fruit of the wild orange, from the peel. Then we have our neroli, which comes from the flowers on the wild orange, the blossom. And then we have our petitgrain, which actually comes from the bark. So even though it's one plant, 3 totally different oils and 3 totally different three totally different types of oil that have different benefits. Now, when we're using our essential oil to that's got relaxing properties, soothing, calming, it's actually really easy to create that peaceful environment. So when you inhale the aroma of the oil and it's got really calming properties, it can induce a response in your body and your brain that is relaxing. Now, typically, this reaction will help you to relax and promotes a good night's sleep. Once you've had a good night's sleep after using a specific oil, your brain then creates a positive association. So your brain goes, oh, I smell this lavender. I'm going to have a good night's sleep. And this is called a positive association. So when you have an established positive association, it then promotes further use of that oil in your bedtime routine, which helps you then repeat that practice. So I know for me, I've been using the same sleep blend for almost a year in my roller, and I just have to smell it and I start to feel really nice and relaxed. Now, out of curiosity, for those of you who, Chrissy, you're in the Northern Territory. Yeah, I've heard it gets pretty hot up there. That makes sense. So the idea is you inhale, you get that positive association, you have a good night's sleep, and then you continue to repeat that. Now, why do we use doTERRA essential oils when there are so many different types out there on the market? The first reason is quality, and this is one of the big things for me. Every single batch is independently tested to ensure purity and potency. That means that we can be confident that there's no additives, no fillers, nothing else, no cheap substitute oils are in there. It's just the oil it says it is. They also test them for potency to make sure it has the correct chemical constituents to have a therapeutic benefit. Another reason I love them is they use native plants. So the oils are actually sourced from indigenous plants. They travel the whole world testing plants all over to see which ones have the strongest chemical profile to create the best oil. I love it because they use co-impact sourcing, which means that they're actually working with the local people and ensuring a fair wage for those people. And they also do a lot of humanitarian work. So if you watch any of my videos, you'll often hear me talk about the Healing Hands Foundation, which is their charity, and the work they do is absolutely phenomenal. Now, for those of you watching, I'd love it if you could pop in the comments if you're using doTERRA, and if so, what made you choose doTERRA over the other oils? Now, another reason I do love doTERRA is they're integrative. So doTERRA is a science-based company. They really believe in the importance of using these oils in conjunction with your medical practitioner, and they love to work integratively with practitioners. And that's something that I personally believe in as well. I think that, while I don't want to be, I don't want to be running to the doctor for every little thing. I'm so grateful that we have medicine and that, I can just go to a GP, get antibiotics, get them to look at me straight away. At the same time, I just don't want to be going to them every single time. So I love that we can have these as a natural alternative to support our family. And we can also be proactive as well. And another reason I love doTERRA is the support that's provided. So when you actually get an account with doTERRA, you're enrolling under someone, and that person is going to be there to guide you on your oil journey. So if you are watching today and you haven't yet got an account, I would love to invite you to join under me, to enroll with me, and that way I can be that person to help you. Or if you're already working with another oil educator, go back to them and say, I want to get some oils. I'm ready to start this journey. Now, Sally's sharing why she loves doTERRA. So she said a friend recommended and she hadn't actually tried any others. I don't think I could try any other brand as you'd be let down. And look, Sally, I'm quite similar. doTERRA was the first essential oil that I really got into. And I always thought they were those weird smelly things in the reject shop or the weird hippie shops. And so when I started using doTERRA, I was blown away by the quality. And now, especially if I go to other shops that sell essential oils, or people say, oh, I use oils, and then they share with me what they use, I'm just like, oh, you can really smell the difference, I find. Joanne loves doTERRA, purity, organic, and recommended by your nutritionist and your enroller. Oh, that's good. I love it. All right, so when using essential oils to promote a good night's sleep, it's really important to choose oils that have calming, soothing, or relaxing properties. Now, the beauty of using oils for sleep is there are lots and lots of oils to choose from. The thing to remember too is everyone is different and everyone's going to react differently to the same oil. So you can actually experiment over time and figure out which oil is going to work for you. So these are some of my favorite oils to use for sleep time, and you can also mix them together. So I'll just read them out for you, like bergamot, cedarwood, chamomile, Roman chamomile, cilantro. I know, how weird is that? But cilantro actually has the same amount of linalool, which is that soothing chemical, as lavender. They're very, very calming. We've got a clary sage, copaiba, which is one I take every night. Good old Frankie boy. When in doubt, use frankincense. It's good for everything. Lavender, of course, and lavender peace. Our new magnolia, which is currently only available from the States. That one's actually got even more linalool than lavender. It's even more calming. Marjoram, which may sound unusual. I'll be honest, I had marjoram for 6 months before I even opened the bottle. I didn't know what to do with it, and now I use it almost every night. Melissa, which I absolutely love. I'm so in love with Melissa. Petitgrain, Roman chamomile, sandalwood, thyme, vetiver, ylang ylang, and also the doTERRA blend of peace as well. So looking at those on the list, what are, I guess, which ones are you guys using? Which ones do you like to use for nighttime? I'd love to see what you guys are using. All right. So how can we actually use these essential oils to help us with our sleeping? There's lots of different oils to choose from, and there's lots of different methods. So again, you'd want to be looking at the different oils and different combinations and see what's going to work for you. And then you also want to figure out what method and what oil is going to work best for you as well. So we can do things like diffusing, having a warm bath or shower, pillows, bedding, heat pack, and topical application, and even using them in your tea. Now, here are some relaxing diffuser blends that I use and I wanted to share with you because they're some of my favorites. So the first one is the sleep blend that we use for my baby. My little boy loves this blend every night, and he has it every time he has a sleep, daytime and nighttime. We do 2 drops of cedarwood, 1 drop of easy air, 1 drop of lavender, and 1 drop of wild orange. And another blend that I like to use every night, which one of my beautiful friends, Beth, who runs Me, My Boys, and Oils, she gave me this one. So Beth, I love you, and I thank you so much for giving me this one. Cedarwood, lavender peace, juniper berry, and bergamot. Love it. Now, a really easy way we can be using our oils to create a peaceful environment is diffusing. So diffusing means that we're inhaling the smell aromatically using a cool mist diffuser. We don't use heat with our oils. Heat damages them. So we don't burn oils or put them in like a hot water steamer. We want to use a diffuser. Now, with the diffusers, the doTERRA has 2 beautiful diffusers, the Petal and the Lumo. And as you guys know, we just had our Christmas catalog dropped a few hours ago. So we have a beautiful elephant diffuser that is super cute, and also the Brevi. Now, when you're using your diffuser, you just fill it up with water, add 4 to 6 drops of oil, and it just creates a gorgeous aroma. You might want to put it on a few minutes before you go to bed, and then the room smells really gorgeous, or you maybe just switch it on as you hop into bed. It's up to you. Now, you can actually mix several different oils together to create a blend that you like, and these are just a few of my favorite ones, as I said. You can sort of experiment with your blend to find ones that you like. Now, when you're coming up with a diffuser blend, what I always suggest is start with just 1 or 2 oils, try it for a couple of nights, and then maybe change it up, and if you're not quite getting the results you want. So I always like to suggest lavender and frankincense as a really good starting blend, mainly because they smell amazing together, and also because they are 2 of the oils that come in our starter kits. So most people tend to start with the starter kit because it's got the top oils as well as some, extra products, and that's why I like to start suggesting with the lavender and the frankincense. Now, just reading some of your oils you guys like using for sleep. Joanne likes lavender, peace, vetiver, cedarwood, and juniper berry. Shauna likes lavender, peace, and terra armor because of mozzies. That's a good suggestion. Balance is great for kids scared of the dark, helps with anxiety. And we like to use juniper berry as well for our little girl who has nightmares, and I also get them as well. All right, so another way we can be using our oils is to have them in a bath, a relaxing bath or a shower. Now, you can add a couple of drops of oil to Epsom salts and then use them in the bath. Another idea that I love, which my beautiful girl Erin, she runs Oil Addiction, so I highly recommend checking her out too. She says to take a face washer and you just put a couple of drops on a face washer in the shower, at the bottom of the shower, and then the steam will help to release that scent throughout the shower. You can also add a few drop of oils to your conditioner and put that in your hair. So calming oils like your clary sage or your ylang-ylang, your lavender, not only they're relaxing, but they're also really good for your hair. So in my mermaid hair blend, I've got a few of those oils as well. Now, if you actually jump onto my website, which is www.lavenderandfriends.com, you'll actually see I have a DIY section, and in there I also have a beautiful sugar scrub recipe that you can be using in your baths and in your showers beforehand. Who here has ever added oils to the bath? How did you use it? Did you put a couple drops of some Epsom salts? What oils did you use? I'd love it if you guys could share what oils you're using in the bath. Okay, again, we can add the oils to our pillows and our bedding. So you could put a couple of oils in a spray bottle and just sort of spritz it on your bed sheets, put 1 or 2 drops on your pillows, even put a couple of drops on a cotton ball. Now, because our essential oils are so potent, we only need a few drops. I'm talking like 1 to 2 drops maximum. If you have too much essential oil, you will end up with a really nice little headache. I can speak from experience. First couple of nights we had our lavender, we rubbed it on our arms and rubbed it on the bed, and we're like, oh, my head. So definitely less is more when you're using the essential oils. And now we can do a heating pad or a neck wrap. So here is one I made earlier. I actually sewed this, so that shows how easy it is because I don't really sew much. Basically, I took a sheet of fabric, like a piece of fabric, folded it in half, like boing, and then I stitched along the edges. Then I put a cup of rice in, stitched a line, another cup of rice, stitched another line, another cup of rice, stitched a line, another cup of rice, stitched a line, rice and a line, and then sealed the top. And so it's got rice in it. And what you can do is you can actually pop this in a microwave with a bowl of water so it's nice and warm. I then like to put a drop of lavender, sometimes some ice blue, maybe some balance, and then I can just literally put a nice warm heat pack around my neck like that. Or if it's my time of the month, I love putting some clary sage on it, pop it on my tummy, or in the middle of winter, I have freezing cold feet, so I put it down at my feet. The recipe is listed just up there as well, and as I said, it's super easy. If you're even like less of a sewer, you could literally use a pillowcase and just stitch lines in a pillowcase, so it's nice and easy. Alright, so Chrissy hasn't used the oils in the bath yet but wants to make some bath bombs. Melinda just put the Relax blend on, and hello Amanda, and Sally made bath bombs. Awesome. I've done bath bombs. I've done little snowmen bath bombs, which look super cute for Christmas. With those of you who did bath bombs, what recipe did you use? Was it the doTERRA one or was it a different one? I'd love to hear. All right. Now, this is, let's face it, probably one of my favorite ways to use my essential oils, which is topical application and massage. So when we apply our oils topically, so when we put them on our skin, we want to be using a carrier oil. I like fractionated coconut oil. I find that's a really great one to use because it's liquid at room temperature, it's odorless, and it's non-greasy. It rubs into the skin really quickly and doesn't leave that greasy feeling. So when I massage it, I just put a couple of drops of essential oil, some of the carrier oil as well, and then I can just literally massage it all over myself. And that's a really nice relaxing way to be using our oils. The scent is going to linger across your body, and then you'll feel really relaxed as well, just the action of having that beautiful massage. Now, I also make what's called roller balls. So these are little rollers that are mixed up with essential oil as well as carrier oil. So what I suggest to most people is once you've had your diffuser going for a couple of nights and you found a combination you really love, mix up a roller ball with the same oils, and then before you go to bed, you can rub it on the bottom of your feet and the back of your neck. And that's what we do in our house, and I've got a beautiful sleep blend that I use every night as well. Now, as I said, we always want to be using our carrier oils to avoid any skin sensitivity and also to help to carry that essential into our skin so it doesn't just evaporate away. For those of you who don't yet have any oils, when you purchase your oils through me, we actually get together and do a free wellness consult. We'll sit down and we'll go through what oils you've got, how to use them. I go through dilution with you so you feel really confident in using the oils safely. And we can do it either online or we can do it in person. It's whatever works. So if you are thinking of getting some oils but you're not quite confident that you know how to use them, rest assured I will definitely make sure you feel really confident in using those oils beforehand. Another way we can use our oils is in a warm tea. So with doTERRA, one of the amazing things is because they are so pure and we can have faith and we know that those oils are, going to be completely no fillers, no additives, we can actually use them internally and use them as a food additive. So we'd want to be using obviously non-caffeinated tea, non-stimulated tea. We want really calming tea. And you could actually add some of your essential oils to it. So for example, chamomile tea is a really good relaxing way. Bergamot, if you add bergamot oil to tea, it turns it into an Earl Grey tea. Now with our essential oils, you always want to read on the label as to whether or not you can take it internally. So when you read on the label, for example, bergamot, for flavoring use, dilute 1 drop in food or liquid. So then you know it's safe to take internally. Other oils that aren't safe to take internally, for example, are lavender piece. It actually says directions for aromatic and topical use. So always check your labels. For those of you watching, who has ever used your essential oils in a cup of tea? What did you make? Did you like it? Was it too strong? What did you think? I'd love to hear from you guys. Okay, so now there are, as well as these different methods of oils different methods of using the oils we've talked about, there are actually some doTERRA products that are specifically formulated for sleep and relaxation. So I'm going to run through a few of my favorites. First of all, we have our diffusers. So as I said at the start, diffusers are a really great way to be using your oils to create a healthy sleep habit by helping to create a really relaxing environment. So we have our beautiful petal, which unfortunately my screen is kind of blocking it out a bit. That's all right. So we've got our petal diffuser, which has the purple bottom. It goes for 1, 2, or 4 hours. And then we also have our Lumo, and the Lumo is the slightly taller, has the bamboo one. I'm gonna try something, and nope, I'm not gonna try that because I might stuff up. All right, that's all right. I was gonna give it a try, but it didn't work. So those are our beautiful, beautiful diffusers. And unfortunately, you can't see a picture, but I'm sure if you jump onto my website, you'll see them. Or if you go to the pinned post on the Lavender and Friends Facebook page, you'll see the pictures of the diffusers there. So that's fine. Now, the next product I want to talk about is Balance. So this is probably a product, if you've been following my page for a while, I talk about it quite a lot. And Balance is fabulous. It's the grounding blend. So it's specifically designed to help you stay nice and calm. I love it every day. I put a drop on the bottom of my feet. I put a drop on the back of my neck. I have a roller that I carry around with me so I can use it all the time. And a couple of good ways you can be using it is by putting a couple drops in your diffuser, putting it to the back of your knee, or even just getting a really lovely massage just before bedtime. Another oil that I specifically wanted to talk about is our Easy Air. Now, Easy Air is the respiratory blend. So it's really good at helping maintain clear airways. And obviously, if you have clear breathing, you're going to sleep a lot better. You're not going to be snuffling and snoring and, feeling all congested. So some of the ways we can use this is we can dilute it with a carrier oil and apply it on our chest or on the bottom of our feet, and also diffusing. As I said, my baby boy has this in his diffuser every single night. Now, just reading your comments on tea, Sally did a drop of bergamot in tea and found a drop of peppermint too strong. Little tip I'll give you: if you want to put oils in your tea, take a toothpick and actually dip a toothpick in the lid of the bottle and then just swirl the toothpick through. That way you only get the tiniest amount of oil, so it doesn't end up so overwhelming. Now, Michelle wants an oil that makes her milk taste like strawberry milk. That's a good idea, Michelle. I think you should email doTERRA and tell them. I would like a strawberry oil as well. Now, Joanne put a drop of peppermint in tea. The steam made it too strong to inhale. Yes, that would have been pretty intense. Again, I'd be suggesting dipping a toothpick in and swirling it through, or else it can be quite intense. Okay, and the third product I want to talk about is one of my absolute favorites, which is our beautiful lavender piece. So lavender piece is a specific blend formulated to support sleep habits. I call it pimped up lavender because it's lavender that's had some extra good bits added to it. It's got hoe wood, it's got vetiver, it's got lots of really super calming oils. So I love it because it just smells gorgeous. It's not as I guess, like lavender is like, whoa, lavender, like it's really sharp and crisp, whereas I find lavender piece is a bit more mellow, it's a bit more calm, and I also find, weirdly enough, and my husband agrees, it smells different in the diffuser to in the bottle. Like in the diffuser it smells absolutely gorgeous. Out of the bottle it's not quite as lovely, but this is one that I use every night. This is one of the oils that is in my nighttime sleep blend that I use. So some of the ways we can be using it is putting it in your diffuser, putting it on the bottom of the feet, rubbing it in the back of your neck, adding a few drops to a warm bath. It's just a beautiful, beautiful oil. All right, so for those of you that are watching, I'm just going to read your comments. So we're still talking about the tea. Shana loves balance, and Shana says we can't make a strawberry essential oil. Strawberry is a fragrance. Boo, that's very sad. Oh well, we'll just have to stick to regular milk and add fresh strawberries and make a smoothie. Okay, so for those of you who haven't yet got your own doTERRA account and would like to find out how to get these beautiful oils in your home, I would love to be able to help you out. You have a couple of options. The first thing is you can just jump on the pinned post at the top of my page, and I can run you through and you can sort of follow the steps. You can go to my website, which is www.lavenderandfriends.com, and again, just follow I want to get my oils and follow the steps, or you can actually send me a message. So I'll actually be staying online after this webinar for probably about half an hour to an hour, so you can just send me a message. We can chat about what's going to work best for you. With doTERRA, there's 3 different ways you can purchase. The first way is retail, which is full price, and to be honest, no one purchases that, so we're just going to skip past that. The second option is wholesale, which is where you have your own account and you get an automatic 25% discount. And the third way, which is what I do, is actually paying less than wholesale. And I do that by activating my loyalty rewards program, which I'll talk a bit more about at the end. So if you want to open your own account and get those wholesale prices or less than wholesale, there's 2 ways to do it. The first way is you pay a $35 membership fee. You get your own account, you can log in, you can order what you like, you can pick and choose whatever products you want to get, and you'll get them delivered straight to your door, and you'll get that automatic 25% discount. The second way you can get your own account, which is the way most people do because it is the best value, is by purchasing a starter kit. With the starter kits, the 25% discount is with the starter kits, the $35 membership fee is included in the price of the kit. And I do apologize because the ice, I had a chance to update the Ice Blue. I wasn't sure if we'd have any sort of special promo this month, so that's why I haven't actually updated it, because we only found out at like 6 o'clock what the promos for the months were. So again, my apologies. But some of the kits I will mention is we have our beautiful oil sharing kit, which is multiples of the most popular oils. It's really great if you'd be interested in doing doTERRA as a business, or maybe you want to sell the oil retail. Maybe you have a shop, maybe you run a massage or a spa or a salon, and that's a really great kit to start with. The second kit that I'll mention is our Natural Solutions kit. Now, this kit is the most popular enrollment kit we have. It has lots of oils to get you started. It's got our most popular oils, including our beautiful Easy Air, our frankincense, our lavender, that lavender piece. So all those oils we've been talking about. And you're also going to get a selection of other products as well. So you get that beautiful pedal diffuser, you get a wooden box to put your oils in, you get your Ice Blue rub, you get your fractionated coconut oil and your hand wash. You get a lot of stuff to sort of kick you off and get started. Now, for those of you that are watching, I'd really love if you could pop in the comments what you started with. Did you start with a home enrollments kit, a Nature Solutions? How did you get started with your oils? Another kit as well that I mentioned, which is also a very popular one, is our Home Essentials kit. That is our pedal diffuser plus our top 10 oils in large 15 ml bottles. Now with There's also even there's more budget conscious options as well. Our essential collection kit is the top 10 oils, but in small 5 ml bottles, and it doesn't come with a diffuser. But with any of these starter kits, you can actually add anything you like to that order and you'll pay the wholesale price. So maybe you want to add a second diffuser because you want one diffuser for your room and one diffuser for the kids' room, and you'll only pay that wholesale price. Or you could, as I said, you could pay the $35 membership fee and then just pick and choose what products you want to get. Now, looking at the comments again, Chrissy has a lavender piece and roller for her 3-year-old to use. Now, Shanna started with the Family Essentials kit. Hi, Bronwyn. And Christy started with the Family Essentials kit and wish she went bigger. And that is something, honestly, most people say to me is, you never hear someone saying, oh, I wish I got a smaller kit. Everyone is always like, oh, I wish I'd got the bigger kit, because, you know, you use the oils and you love them and they're really fabulous. For those of you who are wondering, I started with a Family Essentials kit. A Home Essentials kit was what I started with. They didn't have a Nature Solutions kit back when I enrolled. That was a new thing. So I started with the Home Essentials kit because it had lots of different products that I was interested in, plus my diffuser and membership. Now, one thing I will mention as well, at the moment, we do have a promo going on. If you join with an order over 125 points, which those kits all qualify, you actually end up getting 50 points for free. Now, in doTERRA, every product has a dollar value and a point value. So when you pay for your products, you can pay for it using your money or using points. And the way that I get my points at lower than wholesale is because I've activated my loyalty rewards program. I won't go into heaps of detail. If you want to learn more about this, watch any of my watch any of my monthly unboxing orders, because I do go through it in great detail there. But basically, you do a monthly order and you earn points back on that order, and then you can use those points to redeem products. So tonight alone, I used a whole heap of points I've been saving up, and I got a couple $100 worth of free products just by cashing in those points, which is awesome. So yes, if you enroll this month between now and the end of November, you do have the opportunity to get 50 free points, which you can use to purchase products, and that's around about $50 to $70 worth of free stuff. So it's a really great offer. And if you haven't yet got any oils and want to get started, please send me a message. I'd love to kick off and help you get going on your oil journey today. All right, so we've come to the end. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments now. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this webinar. I'm glad we got the PowerPoint to work. Yay, that's very exciting. I'm very excited because it means that now I can do more cool PowerPoints, which is very exciting for me. So yes, if you have any questions, please pop them in the comments. I'd love it if you guys could obviously tag your friends, share this video. I'd love, lots of people to see that essential oils can be a really wonderful way to help support our sleeping and help us to develop those healthy sleep habits. I know for me personally, I've got 2 small children. I have quite interrupted sleep, but since using the oils, one of the biggest benefits for me has been when I used to get woken up, I get really agitated and stressed trying to go back to sleep because I think, oh, what's the point? I'm just going to get woken up and I can't sleep. And then I'd sort of end up really psyched up and really, jittery. And of course, then I wouldn't sleep. But since using the oils now, even if I get woken up in the night, I just lay down and go, it's okay. I've got the diffuser on. I'll smell my lavender. I'll put my beautiful sleep blend on the bottom of my feet and on the back of my neck. And, within a minute or two, I've drifted back to sleep. So it's sort of broken that really angsty, negative cycle I've been having. All right, so I'm just going to jump into the comments. So Chrissy started with a family kit. Bronwyn started with the home essentials. Shanna, the family kit is only 113 points. That's correct. If you add a fractionated coconut oil, then you do qualify for the 50 free points as well. Joanne started with Home Essentials Kit 2 and ended up buying heaps more oil over the next month. In hindsight, I would have gone with a bigger kit too. Yeah, true. Exactly. So for those of you watching, if you're sort of umming and eyeing whether or not to go for the bigger kit, as most of the comments are saying, everyone ends up deciding that a bigger kit is better value. All right, so we're almost done. If you have any last questions, pop them in. As I said, I will be staying online for about half an hour after this. So if you have any questions you want to just ask me privately, feel free to send me a message, and or comment on this that you've got a private question, and then I know to look out for you. Please feel free to join my Facebook group, which is the Lavender and Friends Oil Squad. It's open to everybody. The monthly challenges have just gone up, so read the pinned post to orient yourself. And also, if you want to, you can always visit my website as well, which is www.lavenderandfriends.com. That's all from me. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you guys have a wonderful night's sleep tonight. I hope you're using your beautiful oils to help you sleep and rest and relax. One thing as well, which I just suddenly thought of, someone did ask me this question, was about oils and children for sleeping. With that, diffusing is completely fine. I use a diffuser in both my children's room. I put, maybe 3 to 4 drops in, so a little bit less oils, and I obviously make sure the rooms are ventilated. And with applying oils on them, each of my children does have their own little sleep roller, and we use the touch rollers. We use the Lavender Touch. So doTERRA actually makes their own rollers. So this is what they look like. I'm just going to jump back to here. So doTERRA does actually make their own rollers. So they've got that roller top like that, and that's what the bottle looks like. And these are pre-diluted, ready to go, safe for sensitive skin. So we've just been using the sleep, we just use the lavender roller, and that works for them. So you can mix up a roller. We just want to be sure that when we're applying our oils topically for small children, we want to be sure that we're applying them more diluted, because their skin is that little bit more sensitive. All right, so now Michelle says, can you buy a kit or only as a newbie? Nope, once you have your own account, you can purchase more kits if you like to. I actually purchased a Second Home Essentials kit a couple months ago because I'd almost run out of all my oils, and it was actually better savings to buy the whole kit than it was to buy each of the oils individually, and I needed another diffuser because you can never have too many diffusers. So yes, that's completely fine as well. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you guys have a good night's sleep tonight.